Well, Katie Taylor again beats Delfine Persoons in controversial fashion. More BS. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Let's get into it. It says, and still undisputed, Katie Taylor versus Delfine Persoons, the rematch. Bottom line is, this is the type of stuff that makes it hard to watch. And I predicted this. It was in Eddie Hearn's backyard. Katie Taylor showed an immense heart, but she wasn't in full control in the fight. It looked eerily similar, probably even worse almost, in terms of how little control, the lack of control in this particular rematch. And the UK commentary is by far, like, I'm to the point where I'm okay if I don't ever watch any UK boxing or DAZN boxing. That's what it's getting to, because the commentary was atrocious. They were only celebrating Katie Taylor's shots. The fight was a 10-rounder women's championship fight, so it was only 2-minute rounds. Katie Taylor, again, very lucky. They had a unanimous decision. She's lucky there's not 3-minute rounds like men's contest, and she's lucky there's not the 2 additional rounds. She was gasping for air. She, in the 11th or 12th round in the corner, it sounded like she was having an asthma attack almost. She was and like breathing real tough. Delfine Persoon is obviously her kryptonite. Now, I get it. Delfine Persoon, she doesn't have the most, I don't know, technical style, but this is boxing, baby. You have to be willing to, you have to find a way to defeat all styles. It's just, it is what it is. So if you guys follow me, I was giving my commentary live, and it's just nothing what the UK was saying. Like I said, they were only, look at, so this is fans. They said, I smell a highway robbery coming. It's a stick up. Katie Taylor, look at my comment 12 minutes ago. Now she's running. Like, she was throwing singles and she was boxing and she was catching her with some shots, but she just was, is not, there was really, listen, I'll show you my tweet. I said, Taylor's not controlled. She's breathing hard as F and can't tame this aggression. Sounds like she's having an asthma attack, like I just told you. Katie Taylor's corner in the 12th round said, keep your hands up, Katie. So she's clearly lethargic and tired. And I laughed at this because Delfine Persoon got pushed down in the 12th round, and then she got up still throwing. Delfine Persoon, she's just rugged, rough customer, kind of like an unrefined Maidana before he got with Robert Garcia or something. And I said, well, Katie Taylor absolutely did nothing to set the record straight and show true separation between Delfine Persoons. Again, you guys can listen to me. I don't care. You can go listen to the UK commentators. They were just so impressed with everything that she was doing. Like, it wasn't a unanimous decision type of fight. Round 3, 4, 8, those are off the top of my head. In a 10-round bout, those were really tough rounds for Katie Taylor because of Delfine Persoon. Persoon, you have to look at the scoring criteria. Boxing is effective aggression. And even though you could say that Delfine Persoon, her style is really unrefined or rugged, or it looks sloppy, she's coming in, it's still effective because it's putting the superior boxer just fundamentally at a deficit, and she can't tame it. So there's a difference. Like my man Rolly Romero, he just fought the Marinez dude. That fight's a little bit different because he was coming and loading up, but the Marinez was outboxing him, right? Katie Taylor was getting off 1-2s and then moving and then running and stuff, but she wasn't taming the beast. She wasn't in control. You like, if you watch Marinez Rolly, Marinez wasn't breathing like this in between the rounds, you know. But once again, like I said, UK boxing commentary sucks. They're acting like they were so impressed after the fight ended. They were saying that she put it to bed and, you know, she set the record straight, Katie Taylor, that is, and showed true separation and no one can deny it. Like, what fight were you watching, bro? Katie Taylor, I said her corner was lying to her, giving her false assurance, saying she's definitely up and winning the fight. This was round 3 or 4. And then the very next round, they sounded a lot more frantic. Hey, you're giving up too much shots and blah, blah, blah. I mean, just horrible commentary. I posted this. I said Persoon was running at her, punching like Clay Collard. Like, Delfine, she's just a rough customer. Respects to her. And the other thing is, I didn't like this. I just found this out. I knew she fought So Delfine Persoons, Katie Taylor ducked the immediate rematch, right? Did an immediate rematcher, moved a division to fight someone unrelated. Then in between that, Delfine Persoons kept her career active, and she fought in the amateurs and lost, and so had an L. And then after, they revealed that she had pneumonia and symptoms that she tested negative for the Rona, but she had eerily similar symptoms. And they said she tested negative, but she still had pneumonia and kidney stones. So Eddie Hearn in rematch room, they did do the rematch, but there was no separation, and they waited till the girl lost the amateur fight, had pneumonia and kidney stones, and the girl that had pneumonia was bringing the rugged fight and had the superior boxer, right, looking pressured. I said Katie Taylor looks bewildered by the pressure, and she's freezing. She just didn't know how to deal with that type of reckless pressure. Floyd Mayweather is a masterclass boxer. You never see Floyd not be able to control. When Floyd's on the ropes, he's not. Maidana, as good of a performance as he tried to put up in the first fight, Floyd was under control. He's on the ropes shooting stuff. You didn't see Floyd breathing like this because he's cool, calm, and collected. Katie Taylor, I was expecting her to like really, try to definitively beat this Persoon, and Persoon, look, I said it. This is in the first round. Both need to be in good cardio shape. I'm curious how Persoon's lungs will be because she had pneumonia. But by the end of the fight, it looked like Katie Taylor, she was falling. There was a round where she fell down twice. She had her energy looked bad. She didn't look sharp to me. She definitely didn't look like Mayweather, Maidana and stuff that people criticize it. But the UK commentary was just raving about how good she was boxing. This is literally what old media says they don't like runners. Meanwhile, Katie Taylor's opponent, Delfine Persoons, was running at her, punching, muscling around, bullying her, and they had it wide, unanimous scores. Like, it's just, man, why would your corner have to tell you to keep your hands up if you're dominating and you're really matadoring the situation? Look, I said Katie Taylor looks tired, keeps falling to the canvas, right? Right? Here's another point that doesn't make sense. The commentary was acting like Persoons did nothing and she wasn't doing anything, but Katie Taylor's corner, her own corner, were begging her to get on her bike, jab and get on her bike. Why would you tell your fighter to basically run? That's the boxing term that, a lot of casuals say. Why would you tell your fighter to get on their bike and run and evade her if she was dominating like the UK commentary was saying? I mean, it's just, this is sad. There is really no closure to this as far as I'm concerned. I give Katie Taylor prop for taking the rematch, and I give her credit for not getting knocked down, but she didn't look that sharp, and she definitely didn't show any separation. Here's Lou DiBella. For what it's worth, here's his opinion. These announcers are watching a different fight than I am. This dude works at DAZN, and he said very one-sided commentary. I told you. See, I mean, it's just ridiculous. So, what can you expect? This was in Eddie's garden. It's laughable, and it just makes you want to boycott boxing. It just really does. It makes you want to boycott boxing and not watch this. People can't get a fair shake. And this was the second fight on this particular card that these other dudes fight. I don't know their names. There's two white dudes. One looked taller, and somehow it was a split draw. Eddie Hearn, the fight camp is looking horrible because how do you have on your card? Because with the Rona, with the 19, cards are reduced to a limited amount of fights, like usually under 5 or so fights or whatever. And you have two controversial scorecards on the same card. And it's not like back in the days before the pandemic where we had 15, 18 fights on the card. You got like 5 fights and there's no distractions. You don't have crowds. You don't have people walking by. Only a limited amount of media or people can even be there. Judges have the clearest of views. Eddie Hearn, it's a spacious outdoor setting, no distractions, no concession stands workers, no national anthems, and they can't get the scoring right. I thought Persoon was putting on pressure. I didn't actually score it, which I probably should have, but tallying up the rounds in my head, I could see Persoon's winning the fight, Nonetheless, needless to say, Katie Taylor didn't show true separation or show like, oh, I'm levels above this. She has trouble with this style, and that's what it is. You look at, I keep bringing them up because the UK commentators were making it like Katie Taylor was just dogging her. You look at Mayweather Maidana, people don't even want to see a Mayweather Maidana 3 with Floyd because Floyd easily beat him in the second fight showed, all right, same thing with Ward Kovalev. Those are where you take a rematch and you do what you do. So there's no need to even have a third fight because you won the first fight, right? And then you show separation. Katie Taylor and Delfine Persoons, they could have ran this back. And this was a substitute opponent for Amanda Serrano, who Eddie Hearn tried to lowball and she wasn't having it. So who knows how Amanda Serrano would have done, you know, because Amanda Serrano, last time I checked, didn't have pneumonia like this girl. This girl had pneumonia in between the first fight and now and deliver that type of performance. Again, you could say, oh, it's ugly. I like the refined, crispier shots. But if your opponent has no control, like that's like saying Tim Bradley's a better boxer than Ruslan Provodnikov. That's just stating the obvious. That's Captain Obvious stuff. Bradley, he throws shorter, crispier shot. Okay, cool. But Ruslan was just bringing a relentless pressure. You got to have something for that. Luckily for Bradley in his situation, he made the adjustments in the second half and then outboxed Ruslan. Outboxed Ruslan Provodnikov. Katie Taylor, as the fight wore on, she looked worse. The first 2 rounds were probably her sharpest rounds. The other part, she was using a lot of lateral movement. She was running, and her corner sucks. From my perspective, her corner sucks. They were telling her she was winning easily, and the ebb and flow wasn't really looking like that. The other thing is, it's not just about movement. She needs to learn how to sit in pocket. How did this girl bring you to the perils, the end in New York, and you really made no real adjustment? You look, she was dominating the pacing of the fight, right? You couldn't tame her aggression. You like Floyd would never look like that against a fighter like Delfine Persoons, of a male version, because he would be check hooking, step back, bow, check hook, and then you go. And Floyd has respectable power, so you're just gonna get messed up. He'd be shooting the uppercut. This girl's coming in with her head down and rugged. She had a nasty ass welt. Floyd has a vicious right hand. Bop, just keep targeting that. Katie Taylor didn't look good like that, but whatever. They gave her the fight per usual. It's in Eddie's backyard. What do we expect? Let me know what you guys think. We working. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more sports. Get unlimited access to premium content with an ESPN Plus subscription. ESPN Plus offers a variety of content, including specials, behind the scenes, docuseries like Bruce Lee's Be Water, and much more. With an ESPN Plus subscription, you get access to a ton of classic archive fights and replays from boxing and the UFC. Big names like, hi, I'm Mike Tyson, come and watch my fight. Floyd Mayweather, easy work, I'm rich. And Manny Pacquiao, yes, it's up to my promoter, just to name a few. If that's not enough, you could get the ESPN bundle, which includes ESPN Plus, Hulu, and Disney Plus. All 3 apps, one low price. You don't want to miss out. Make sure you guys click that link in the description box of all of my videos. Ego, signing off. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxing Ego, the future of boxing.